1963 until his death in August of 2021. Charlie was originally trained as a graphic artist. He started playing drums in London's rhythm and blues clubs, where he met Brian Jones, Mick Jagger, and Keith Richards. In January of 1963, he joined their fledgling group, the Rolling Stones, as drummer, while doubling as a designer of their record sleeves and tour stages. Watts was the only Rolling Stone, other than Jagger or Richards, to have been featured on all of their studio albums. He toured with his own group, the Charlie Watts Quintet, and often appeared in London at Ronnie Scott's Jazz Club. In 2006, Watts was elected into the Modern Drummer Hall of Fame. In the same year, Vanity Fair elected him to the International Best Dressed List Hall of Fame. In the estimation of noted music critic Robert Christgau, Watts was rock's greatest drummer. In 2016, he was ranked 12th on Rolling Stone's 100 Greatest Drummers of All Time. Charlie was born at University College Hospital in Bloomsbury, London, to Charles Richard Watts, a lorry driver for the London Midland and Scottish Railroad, and his wife, Lillian Charlotte Nee Eves. He had one sister, Linda. As a child, Watts lived in Wembley at 23 Pilgrim's Way. Many of Wembley's houses had been destroyed by German bombs during World War II. Watts and his family lived in a prefab, as did many in the community. Charlie's neighbor, Dave Green, who lived opposite, was a childhood friend, and they remained close. Green recalls that as boys, we discovered 78 RPM records. Charlie had more records than I did. We used to go into Charlie's bedroom and just get these records out. Watts's earliest records were all jazz. He remembered owning 78 RPM records of Jelly Roll Morton and Charlie Parker. Green recalls that Watts had The One with Monk and Johnny Dodge. Charlie was ahead of me in listening, and acquisitions as well. Watts and his family subsequently moved to Kingsbury, where he attended Taylor's Croft Secondary Modern School from 1952 to 1956. As a schoolboy, he displayed a talent for art, music, cricket, and football. When he and Green were both about 13, Watts became interested in drumming. Charlie's loving parents gave him his first drum kit in 1955, and he would practice drumming along with jazz records in the front parlor of the family home. After completing secondary school, Watts enrolled at Harrow Art School, now the Harrow campus of the University of Westminster, which he attended until 1960. After leaving, he worked as a graphic designer for an advertising company called Charlie Daniels Studios, and also played drums occasionally with local bands in coffee shops and clubs. He and budding bassist Green began their musical careers together from 1958 to 1959, playing a jazz band in Middlesex called the Joe Jones All-Stars. I went into rhythm and blues, but when they asked me to play, I didn't know what it was. I thought it meant Charlie Parker playing very slow. In 1961, Watts met Alexis Korner, who invited him to join his band, Blues Incorporated. At that time, Watts was on the way to a sojourn working as a graphic designer in Denmark, but he accepted Korner's offer when he returned to London in February of 1962. Charlie played regularly with Blues Incorporated and maintained a job with another advertising firm of Charles, Hobson, and Gray. It was in 1962 that Watts first met Brian Jones, Ian Stewart, Mick Jagger, and Keith Richards, who also frequented the London Rhythm and Blues clubs. But it was not until January of 1963 that Watts finally agreed to join the Rolling Stones. Besides his music, Charlie contributed graphic art and comics.